Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon. It is Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B and BA, and it's the last version of this rendition for a while because BA's work is being bitches and want to make them work Fridays again.
Yeah. Freaking assholes.
That being said, we do have actual Lions news and not people just talking shit. We signed off a Bears practice squad tight end Thomas Gordon to a futures contract. This is a practice squad camp body move until he actually plays an NFL game is where I'm at. Do you agree with that, BA?
Yeah. He's just a practice squad body. He's he camp body. That's what he is. He's a camp
body, and he's depth just in case Brock Wright can't come back from the throat injury. Oh, not at all, Fred. I'll put the link in the chat right now. No problem.
Mike said Fred. It's my guy. What's up, Mike? I see you in the comments there, buddy.
You know I don't mind people joining. I'll just change the way the screen looks. That's how I roll right now.
That's how you roll.
This is a two-person screen.
He rolls.
I make shit happen. I make shit happen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to stay warm. That's for sure. Freaking cold out in the D.
I absolutely MDE. We appreciate you. I am making an announcement. As of next week, once I have one to wear so you guys can see it, I will be selling my logo on hats and polos and soon to be hoodies as well. I got to figure out the pricing on the hoodies because those are a lot more expensive. But probably looking at $25 a polo and $20 a ball cap. It's a black hat and a black polo with my logo that you see right there on the screen on it.
Brent, you're getting that lake effect 9 degrees. It's a balmy, what is it? A balmy 15 by me.
It's a balmy 6 degrees here in Burton with a wind chill factor of -5. Yeah, and down there in Tennessee, it's what? You guys are hovering right around 0 after the wind chill right now. Steve Bauer, you know what? You might be getting a polo on the house because you've been a supporter of this show the whole entire time.
Yeah, what's up, Steve?
Balmy, what the fuck? No, thank you.
Well, it says 15, but it feels like 2. So there you go.
Right, yeah. I mean, here we're 6 degrees and it feels like -8.
Yeah. I don't know. Tennessee might be just a little bit warmer. What's the temperature down there, Mike?
They're about 15, 20 degrees, and with their wind chill, it's sitting around 0. He's down there by Pigeon Forge. Remember, they have snow there. They don't get snow. Down there, people binge buy when they see snow. They are on the forecast 3 days ahead of time. They start buying all the eggs, bread, and milk out of stores in Tennessee. Normally, they get ice.
Oh, 20s.
Yeah, I knew it was right
4
around
to 6
15,
on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, I can't complain. Now you can all can see what we get on a regular basis between November
so
and February and March. Yeah.
It's so cold in Pigeon Forge that Dolly Parton no longer needs a breast reduction to reduce the amount of silicones he had.
That motherfucker would be hard, wouldn't he?
And I say that because MDE mentioned that he might be working for Dollywood.
I like Dolly. Dolly still looks pretty good for her age.
Oh, yes. Yes, these people here are nuts. 1 inch of snow means nobody drives. I love it then. But the ice, yes, our mountains freeze up and you cannot drive.
Yeah,
all right.
You don't want to be driving on a mountain. Hell no.
Let's do this. Welcome in, Fred.
What's up,
What's
boys?
up, right side, Fred? What's going on, buddy?
What's going on? What's going on, boys? It's freaking -1 here. I don't even know what the wind chill is. It's fucking cold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she
So
is.
cold. We had to go outside out in the yard and go get the trucks all fired up. They ain't even wanting to start.
Yeah, I woke up about 1 o'clock and wanted a cigarette and walked outside. I smoked half of it and said, "Fuck this shit," because my fingers felt like they were going to fall off.
Yeah, I'm glad I quit all that crap, man, because it ain't even worth it no more. Besides smoking, but just too damn cold.
Well,
Never doing that shit when I was younger.
You'll find out what kind of smoker you are in these kind of temperatures. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Without this and Mountain Dew and cigarettes, stupid people would die around me.
Understand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
it gets a lot of snow up there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
Michigan University, good Division II college.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Marquette
I can't believe how big that is.
Marquette High School is a very good football school too, by the way.
Yes, it is.
Still.
So I asked Ken in that chat because I saw you were in there and I wanted his direct quote. And I also asked Kitty Ken because I just watched a Philly sports fan saying Sean Mannion is considered a head coaching candidate. I said, for who? High school? College? He's been a 1-year assistant QB coach under the QB whisperer they have that works with Jordan Love. And he gets hired as an OC for his second job with only 1 year experience in the NFL as an assistant QB's coach. In other words, he's the guy that held the quarterback coach's clipboard.
Yeah. I still question. I mean, Love's still not, in my opinion. I mean, he's a good quarterback. No disrespect to him. But I still don't think he's still as good as what he could be. He still makes a lot of rookie mistakes. He still makes a lot of errors. That's all coaching.
Yeah. So I sit there and goes, wait, pump the brakes. What do you mean he was a head coaching candidate? The only interview that I saw he had was the Philly, and you guys hired him right away. He goes, yeah, but when the Philly front office hires a guy, it usually works. I said, does it?
Oh, no. You had a coach that was there last year. Where's he at now? That's why you're hiring. You're hiring an offensive coordinator because of that whole situation. So it doesn't always work. I think Nick Sirianni is going to probably put more of his hands into the offense. That's what's going to happen. That's why they made that hire. That's gonna fall flat on its face. I hope it does too.
Yeah, you know what? And that used to be a problem with Jared Goff. If you remember when he was with the Rams after the Super Bowl year, he started throwing more off platform. Do you know who helped fix that? It wasn't McVay. It was Mark Brunell.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? A lefty quarterback that had mediocre success in the NFL is helping a right-handed quarterback look better.
Jordan Love has been in the league for how long? About 8 years?
This is his third year as a starter. He sat 3 years, so 6 years.
So 6 years, 6 years. And you don't know how to do your footwork yet? Dude, there's no hope for you.
And I think they will. They have a lot of issues over there.
Yeah, they get rid of A.J. Brown. I don't know who they're going to replace him with. But It's not like they throw to the receivers a lot anyway, and they got Saquon over there. They don't know how to use Saquon. They got offensive line issues as well. The defense is not that good. People think it is, but it's not that good. So
yeah, I agree. I believe
wait. Patricia was brought in to be the backup DC for his one play that he's good at that helped New England, and their DC sucked so bad that by the 11th game they let Patricia take over,
and it got worse.
It got worse. They went 1-6 in that stretch. I think they were 10-1 before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about right. They fall right off.
They were 9-1. They were 9-1. They went because they ended the year 10-1.
Yeah, one of my co-hosts, Keith Engel, he's a Patriots fan, and we were talking about that because I called Patrash. He goes, "Well, he was a really good DC when he was in New England." I said, "No, that was Bill Belichick. Don't even try that, Keith. Come on." That had nothing to do with Matt Patricia. He was there holding.
He developed the one play that ended a Super Bowl for the other team. That's it.
Yeah.
And then got praised as the best defensive coordinator in the NFL that year.
That's like calling Adam Gase the best offensive coordinator, or not Gase. What's his face? Nagy, one of the best offensive coordinators because he worked with Andy Reid. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to go off of what BA said, though, too. They're either using Saquon way too much or not enough. They need to find that happy balance with Saquon.
And look at what I said about the Chiefs earlier. You saw that comment, Fred, right? That I said on Ken and Ken this morning?
I may have stepped away.
The Chiefs, every 3 years, have had the same two OCs. It's either been Eric Bieniemy or Matt Nagy. Mm-hmm. That tells you their success offensively 100% was Andy Reid.
Has anybody hired Nagy yet? Nobody's hired Nagy yet either.
No. Andy Reid's always been a great coach. I mean that his time in Philly. I mean, he was a great coach. He just had to leave Philly.
So I started the show, Fred, saying that I'm going to have polos and hats available with my logo up there.
I seen that. Let's do it.
So the first ones, of course, are going to be sold locally because I can hand deliver them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to be $25 for each polo or $20 a hat, and that's shipped.
That's awesome, buddy.
Or any of that.
That's awesome. Expand the brand, man. That's awesome.
I think if Washington stays healthy, they're winning the division because their injuries is what hurt them last year more than anything.
We'll see. I'm not bought in on that whole situation yet with Washington. I think they had a really good year, and that's probably what you're going to see the best of them play. They got to really get better on defense. Their defense is crap. Philly, though, talking about Saquon there, Fred, I think that what happened the year before last year or last season is that they used Jalen Hurts as a runner too, and they used him enough where the defense had to be honest even between trying to look for Jalen to run or Saquon to run. That's why Saquon got all those yards, because he was Hurts was running more.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't run hardly at all this year.
We're also hearing rumors, though, too, that Hurts is not being a team player in the locker room, where he's not looking over game film. He's not participating the way he should be, not being a leader either. So if that's true, that could be another reason why they're falling off.
He's a jackass.
Love you, MD. Man. No, that price is going to be shipped because I don't care. I'm not in it to make money. I'm just trying to grow my brand.
New tires at the same time.
Because he's going to drive up to Flint where the water's shit, but the tires are good.
There you go.
Oh, God. I'll make sure I have bottled water for you, MDE.
Yeah, bottled water. Yeah.
And
bottled water fresh out of Flint River.
No, not from the Flint. Not from the Flint water.
Not from the Flint Spring.
How do you feel about Drew Pensing there, Fred?
I'm hopeful. I think it's actually a good move. For what he was able to do with Arizona and Murray and their team. I mean, all he had for a receiver with drawing a blank on his name on the wide receiver going down. All they had was that tight end, and he was still able to make things happen. I mean, overall, I'm very happy with it. I think it's actually a really good move moving forward. McDaniels, yeah, it was great, but it's flash. In my opinion, that's all. It was just flash. He might be good, but I think Petsing's going to be a longer term OC, and we'll see. I mean, I'm very hopeful for it.
And Scotty Montgomery not getting the offensive coordinator job that he was interviewed for, that's a blessing.
That's a good move for us.
We still got our wide receiver coach. I think Kafka was brought in as a senior assistant to take over the passing game coordinator because he was the QB's coach for Mahomes when he came into the league. And I think he's going to be more on the passing game side of it, and they're let Drew Bensing decide the plays that are called on the field and more in the run game as a run game coordinator in coordination with our running back coach. I think that's where it's going to happen. And I think that's a marriage made in heaven.
Yep.
Because
I was listening to another podcast.
Oh, I was going to quote Chris Long. He said,
"Oh, go ahead."
The hiring of Drew Pensing in Detroit was diabolically evil on what it's going to do to Ben Johnson's psyche, because they became best friends at their first coaching jobs at Boston College. He actually stood in Ben Johnson's wedding, and now he has to coach across the field and made mortal gridiron enemies.
Well, they're in everybody's head because Green Bay had to hire Gannon as a defensive coordinator. So there you go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And with Kafka, I mean, I think that's another great hire as well. I was listening to another podcast yesterday, and they're talking about all this. You know, this is a real good opportunity for this to be our year. Sheila opens up the purse, and if we can bring in Shorts as well to also help Shep at defense and also make him assistant head coach, for example. That'd be phenomenal.
I was thinking about
team, just let's go. Let's
get Jim Schwartz to be a defensive coordinator and let Shep have some defensive assistant experience, defensive coordinator assistant experience.
I wouldn't want to move him down. I agree. Yes, I do agree. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to ask Shep to step down. It just kind of mentally mess with you a little bit. Like, hey, this guy's proven, but, just more or less have Schwartz be the assistant and help guide him. Schwartz has been around the league long enough where he knows this kind of stuff, man.
But then that's demoting. You're kind of demoting Schwartz too. He doesn't. He obviously.
Yeah, but if Shep decides to leave. So, yeah.
I know everybody's still up in arms because Bill Belichick didn't get in first ballot. But when I read what the beat writers said, that makes way more sense than the whole Spygate, Deflategate caused it. Because even if you took away,
that video I sent you?
Say what?
Did you watch that video I sent you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I said if Schwartz doesn't become like an assistant DC to help Shep learn how to be a DC, and that's what I said. I don't think make him DC is going to help Shep. I think that's going to hinder him mentally. I think you bring him in as like we did John Fox that one year, where we bring him in as the senior defensive assistant coordinator. And that was his only role. He didn't do a positions coach. He was just there to help with game planning. I think that would help Shepard. Yeah, like a consultant, where he just looks over the personnel, makes suggestions on who we should pick up in free agency in the draft, and help with the game planning. And I think that would help Shep out a lot. But Schwartz wants to be a head coach. He's pissed at the Browns because they overpassed him for Monken, a guy that barely had success with Lamar Jackson when Greg Roman damn near had him a pocket passer at the end of his tenure.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And I know we got a lot of time. Yeah.
So
I know we got a long time though until season starts, but I mean, do you want a job or not at this point? I mean, does Vegas? Who doesn't have a head coach yet? Vegas and
Cardinals. That's it.
Cardinals. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a hard time seeing unless he goes to Vegas. I can see him going to Vegas.
Last night, Patty came on Fire Up and put a comment in, and I want to address this right now. His brother, Dennis Adams of Grand Blanc, they lost their house in a house fire yesterday, and all they're asking for is prayers at this moment. Everybody's fine, everybody's safe, but prayers up for the Adams family of Grand Blanc.
Yeah,
Robbie, good to see you, brother.
What up, Jens?
Yeah, I do think, well, he asked you, but I think he's staying after what he said after the interview with Drew Benson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's another opportunity for him. That's all. I think it's another great opportunity for him to be. I mean, he's wanted here. Everybody wants him to stay. It's him that people are suspecting, and that was all suspicion. I mean, that's that one post. There's one post doesn't tell you everything.
This is why I'm glad we got an offensive coordinator and some help behind him, because I do not. Let me repeat this. I do not want Dan running the offense no more. Ever. Right. Ever.
And I think that's why
Monty had the pissed off attitude that he had, because he wasn't running Monty.
Right. I think that's why we brought in 2 offensive coordinators. Say what you want. If it starts to fail with Pensing, we can reverse their roles. And just let Kafka take over the play calling and still leave Drew Pensing as a run game coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, and I also believe it also falls on the O-line as well, because it seemed like whenever Monty got the ball, there was little production from him, but it's also like little blocking. Like he's not getting through the tackles like he used to.
Well, I talked about this, and BA, we talked about it. When you had 4.2 yards of separation last year before contact at the offensive line, in other words, they were already to almost 2nd and 5 before somebody gets touched. That makes a huge difference. So at that point, last year, it was 0.7 yards before contact as an average. So you're talking 3.5 yards less. And that's why everybody's yards per carry went down except for Gibbs, because his was all explosive plays where he got free and off tackles and around the corner.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Amen.
Dan needs to he needs to be the head coach. There's not anything else. He just let his boys do the job for him. Yeah, I was surprised they heard Patrick Graham as a defensive coordinator, and they had Schwartz out there. I would have been on the Schwartz train. Hey, dude, I know you want a head coaching job, but hey, if you be our DC, you get to face Cleveland twice a year and get to put it on their ass.
I suggested that right away. I said, if he doesn't get a head coaching interview, Steelers should swoop him up right now to beat the shit out of the Browns every year.
Mm-hmm. And he's got plenty of players to do it, too.
Good morning, Nick.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Good to see you, brother. So
Patty,
that's where we're at.
To you.
And now Billy? We need to get to the part of the show, because you won't be here next week, so you can't do it then. Our Super Bowl preview. Who do you think wins it, BA?
I have to go with the this is hard, because you got a first-year coach going against a second-year head coach, and this is hard. I'm going to go with the Seattle, because I think their offense is a little bit better than than any of the offenses that New England has faced. So
no, who did the Bills get as OC? I know their head coach is Joe Brady.
Yeah, I don't know who they get.
Sorry, boys, I gotta head out.
All right,
Fred. Thanks a lot for coming on, man.
Yep.
I don't know. Let's see. Pete Carmichael. That's who it is.
Oh, yeah. Nick will be here.
Yeah. And Mike, I'd still be doing the Wednesday shows. I just won't be doing the Friday shows anymore. But I'll still be on the Wednesday shows. So
Steve Walker finally replied, maybe he'll be hopping in shortly. Because I'd love to talk ball with him. He seems to know ball. He doesn't get too high or too low on anything. That's good, Fred. Seahawks, because Drake May not be able to play with his injury, though. That makes me vomit to say that.
Yeah, I think he's working through it. I've heard that he's not even paying attention to the injury, to tell you the truth. I think he's going to play, and he's still got a week and a half. It's not like that can go away. Get some good drugs, and he'll be good to go.
Hey, there she is. It's Yoli.
Yoli.
And for all of you out there watching that normally comes on this show, I know Bill Tortolot is usually Bill T on YouTube, but here you go. How are you, Yoli?
What's up, Yoli?
Man, I swear, between the Jets and Packers, I don't know who's lost more assistant coaches and coordinators lately. And the bad part is, according to fans, oh, prayers up. Ooh. I didn't know that. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're here. But the Packers and Jets are setting a record pace for the most coordinators and assistants being gone in a season.
Yeah, so Packer fans can stop talking about the Lions last season losing all our offense and laughing. And that'll joke's on you.
You know what? Wednesday was the funeral for my uncle. It went well. I'll leave it at that. That it was a nice send off and a way to say goodbye.
Oh, that's good. Just relax. Car accidents are kind of mini traumatic things, depending on what the accident was. But you got in a 3-car accident, hey, it's rough.
Yep, so, that was their assistant QB's coach, not their QB coach. Thank you, MDE. I appreciate it. But other than that, this week has been fine. It's going by swimmingly. I'm still out selling the morning shift with less time. They have 5.5 hours. I get 5, and I'm out selling them by $300 to $1,000 a night. I'll take it. Yeah. I like getting my little spiff for hitting those bonus money.
There you go.
FanDuel gave me a little spiff, so I was able to spend some money, and I'm going to be able to do some stuff to promote products on my show.
There you go.
So, yes, Yoli, I have a shirt coming for you. It should be here by next week, which means I'm going to get it back out in the mail next week, since the other one didn't get it. Thank you, brother. And yes, we deal in brand new as well as used, and our new prices are usually $50 to $100 cheaper than the big box stores, because we're not going for the name brands. We're going for the same quality, just on a lesser, because there's only 7 tire manufacturers and there's 60 brands out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually getting the same exact tire. You're just not paying for the name on the side. For those that don't know how it works, what matters is the mileage warranty.
So what do you think about Iowa offensive lineman Jennings Dunker?
Jennings Dunker is nice. He's a good tackle. I think he could be had at the beginning of day 3. He's not at the top, but this is pre-combine stuff. The combine changes everything, everybody. I also like Isaiah World out of Oregon, the guy that's played guard and tackle and done very well for them, except versus Indiana. Sorry, I had to go there. Oh, that's great. Myles Garrett is getting that. There's no way he doesn't. If he doesn't get,
oh yeah,
if he doesn't get his, this will be his.
That'll be a crime. That'll be a crime if he doesn't.
The year he had, yeah, it'll be.
He should have been in a running for MVP too, because whenever you break records, man, that means you had a sensational season.
Thank you, MDE. But there's guys at the tackle position. And I like Isaiah World because he's one of those guys that if he ends up not working, I still say sign a vet if Decker retires or if Decker doesn't, even if he stays. If he stays, you don't have to sign a vet. Do you agree with that, BA?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
if he's gone, to save the money, because it says that after June 1st, we can cut him and save almost $20 million in cap room. Sign a vet, draft one, and let that guy develop a little bit. Don't make him a starter year one unless the guy gets hurt. Myles Garrett also needs to be drug tested. No, he needs to be tested if he has CTE from all the times he's sacked quarterback, because when he went after Mason Rudolph, that was nuts. I'm not wrong.
I think Mason Rudolph needs to be checked for CT after he got belted with a helmet. Yeah,
I can't believe he just stayed there and stood up. He didn't even fall down. He got whacked with that. Boom. And he just looked at him. He was like, "What?"
So the good old NFL is going to make some. Or is considering changing some off-season rules to the kickoff format after increased concussion rates. I thought that was the reason why they changed him in the first place, so there was no concussions. How are you having concussions? I'm trying to figure out how the concussions.
The concussions are the same reason why you had them before. It's how people tackle. It is not because of the wedge formation. It is not because of kickoff returns. It's because when you got somebody running 20 miles an hour and the other guy's running 20 miles an hour, the impact that is created is equivalent to hitting a brick wall at 40 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. It's just an impact game. People got to. I mean, you just got to make it a little bit. Make it as safe as you possibly can. But it's still a gladiator sport. You're running into people, and you got to learn how to tackle.
Ooh. So it looks like they're going to go all in on Clint Kubiak.
Yeah, because they're another head coaching guy decided to not interview for the Raiders position. And I'm thinking that's because the Raiders kind of said, yeah, we're kind of looking at Clint Kubiak, and I think he might be our next head coach. So we'll see what happens there.
Could be a flag football quarterback in special.
Damn. Hey, that's Robbie's guy, Mike. That's we call him mediocre Mason, but he calls him MVP Mason.
And I hear Ravens fans all the time, "Oh, we need the offensive-minded coach. It'll be better for Mendoza." Ooh, Mad Yinzer. Yeah, he's asking Robbie DeFeo. Oh boy, we're gonna see a rant now. I don't think that he has enough liquid cocaine in his cup to deal with that.
You're just going to make them mad and go kick over some garbage cans. That's all you're going to do.
You're going to make them start acting like Philly fans and going to egg their houses in Pittsburgh.
Hey, don't encourage them. Kicking over the trash cans are about what he needs to be at right now. Don't encourage them.
Oh, so the other ones that I've done mostly day 3 stuff. And the reason why is we have more picks, 4 through 7, than we have in the first 2 days. We only have 2 picks. So if with me, if you don't get the tackle in the first round and you go edge, you better take the center in the second round, because there won't be one good enough in the 4th round when you get there, especially after the combine and people move up in this draft order.
He went from happy to sad. Now I'm fucking pissed.
You guys should have grabbed Jim Schwartz. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. Logan James or Pat Coogan are my 2 main targets. Logan James, because he was the Remington Award winner. His pro comp is Frank Ragnow. And Pat Coogan, because he protected Fernando Mendoza, a statue, who has very little he has about the same mobility as Jacoby Brissett. And
what
yet,
about what's his name here?
Slaughter or Connor Lou or Parker Brailsworth? Which one?
Where is he? Hold on a minute. I know his last name, but I want to make sure I just get this completely right. Oh, Caden Proctor.
Caden Proctor, I don't mind him at 17, really. But in all actuality, He's slipping down the draft boards because of his weight. It's easier for a player to cut weight than to add weight on the offensive line. And we've done really well with guys that needed to cut weight on this team, with helping them cut weight on the offensive and defensive trenches. That's why I don't mind them. I think they can help him cut weight before the middle of the season.
Yeah, weight's not a problem.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's 6'6" and 370 pounds, basically, 369.5. Like you posted, from one mediocre Mike to another mediocre Mike. Yep. Aaron Rodgers told the front office that he would come back if they hired Mike McCarthy, and they did. So I expect that to happen. Ooh, it went up 2 degrees. It's a balmy 8 degrees in Curtin right now.
All right. That works.
Short should have been pick coach, not McCrappy. He gained his rep due to being QB underward. Without that, Rodgers, 83 years old, is as effective as a screen door in a blizzard. I bet you would. So,
it looks like the Giants are trying to go after Clint Kingsbury, which would be good.
Yeah, I think that would be a great hire. You put Clint Kingsbury as OC, in which I said he wouldn't get any head coaching interviews. Did you see Clint Kingsbury get called in for one?
Hell no. He ain't getting that. Nope.
Nobody wants the Kingsbury flop. As an OC, he can mitigate it because he isn't in control of an entire team. Great OC, horrible head coach. I've said that the entire time, and I'm going to stick by it. Mike MD backs me up.
Yeah.
Pretty much says exactly what I said.
Yeah, no doubt.
The Super Bowl, I think the Seahawks are going to win it. I just think they're the more complete team right now. Coaching-wise, I give the edge to the Patriots because Vrabel has the experience and been in the playoffs a few times.
This is true.
I just think that's a more complete team, even without Zach Charbonnet in it.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker has actually just picked up the reins and rolled with him. Sam Darnold's been playing excellent. JSN, there ain't even a word for that guy. The special teams for the Seahawks are a lot better, I think. I think their defense is just, like I said, their offense complements their defense. Now, I'm not saying their offense is better than their defense, but their offense will be better than Denver's offense and Houston's offense. So
this weekend's the Senior Bowl. I'm going to throw out a few names of watch. That Jennings Dunker you talked about. Watch him. None of the big names from Miami went to the Senior Bowl. So don't have to worry about that. But Keon Black, if you need a running back, a regular
Keon Black
gadget player. Keon Black is that type of guy. Hemby is the power back that runs between the tackles. He made a name for himself already. He doesn't have to play in it, so he's not. On the defensive line, Tariq Sapp is playing. Keep an eye on him. He's one of the big names that I like, and also LT Overton's there. He's another big name I like. But both of those guys are slipping down the draft board, and that's because of the way they played in the CFP. So I wish Logan Jones or Logan James was playing, but he's not. But not Pat Coogan. Who is it? Jake Slaughter is. So keep an eye on him, because he's going to be a decent late day 2, day 3 pick at this point until after the combine. So keep an eye on him. I want to see if he does better there with NFL coaching him than he did at Florida, because at Florida he wasn't a screen door, but he wasn't much better than like Glasgow 10 years ago. Just saying.
Well, that's giving him props a little bit, though.
It is giving him some props, because Glasgow was decent at Michigan.
He was decent. Yeah, he was decent. He was decent when he came he came into the NFL. It just turned bad.
I'm telling you right now, the Raiders are not trading back. They're going to take Mendoza because they need a quarterback bad. They need it almost worse than they need a no-line. And Mendoza can move enough in the pocket to mitigate some pressure, but not all.
Ken Dorsey?
It's
weird.
I can't wait to see Mike McCarthy calling plays from a Dunkin' Donut menu.
Hey, Andy Reid does it. Andy Reid calls from a burger sheet.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's an In-N-Out burger. I say Fernando Mendoza will be Tom Flores. He has that style about him. I don't think it's going to be great right away because they need a lot of help on the offensive line and with weapons around him. And if they did make that big trade to a team and got a crap load of picks for Max Crosby, that would help a lot to fix the offense but make the defense work. Do you agree with that assessment, BA?
So Fernando is, well, right now his draft position is 4th, according to the NFLDraftBuzz.com. He was up there at 1, then they dropped him down to 4. Ruben Bain got up there. That's why. Ruben Bain's his first. Caleb Downs, which is, nobody's really talking about Caleb Downs. Nobody's really talking about him, which is weird because he is a very good safety. Shoot, I wouldn't mind if we could have got him. Well, I'd love to have him. And he's another Ohio State product. Look out. Overrated. Overrated you. But they do have some good players. They just are overrated.
They have a guard in this one, Ananwa, that I talked about the other night. He's in the Senior Bowl. Keep an eye on him if you need a guard. I personally don't think we need as much in the guard as we need center and tackle.
Yeah, we do definitely need a center. And I still think that we ought to go out and get a center. The kid from the Panthers, get him.
Which one?
And Cade May.
Oh, Cade May. Yeah, I wanted him back then because he's played every position on the O-line when he was at Tennessee and been a great center for the Panthers. He's on fire. Love it. But the Senior Bowl, D'Angelo Pound, I think, is the only other Indiana player playing. So keep an eye on him. He's another guy I wrote a draft profile about. I wrote one about the main ones, Francis Mauagawa and Caden Proctor, because those are my 1A, 1B target at 17. But that was before Mauagawa ended up in the national championship game and elevated himself probably to a top 10 pick. Do you disagree with that statement, BA?
They also got Garrett Nussmeier is playing, quarterback from LSU, and Diego Pavia is playing too. So we'll see what goes on with both of those guys because they're going to be the starting quarterbacks in that. I want to see. I'm not buying into Pavia. I mean, Pavia was good with Vanderbilt, but Diego I can Pavia, see him working at a Walmart. You know.
You know what he is? He's this year Johnny Football. I hate how arrogant he is. He's an arrogant prick. He's Johnny Football without a Heisman.
Yeah, how's Billy, that? we got six of the teams that we play, Billy, are got new head coaches.
And Dogwater. Don't forget, we got 6 teams that are Dogwater. There's the 2 worst place teams in each division, and then the 3 bottom feeders that we're going to be playing against. Yes, they will get better. The other one that I wanted to tell you to watch for is that Taylon Green. He's been lighting it up with throwing deep. And last week in the American Bowl, which was, the lesser players that don't have all the hype, Warhawks versus Guardians, Jack Strand pulled a Caleb Williams, but actually looking for a guy. He didn't just throw it up in the air and pray. He had a guy finally break free as he was eluding people in the backfield. The play was from the 38-yard line. He dropped back to the 50 and threw it 7 yards deep to a wide open receiver.
Yeah. He threw with his eyes open instead of closed. Like, I can't believe how much. I mean, it was a good play, yes, because of the result of the play. But they're making Caleb like he just threw. No.
Breaking news: the NFL has announced that the Vikings are firing Kwesi.
Wow, that's good. That's good for. I'm sure Mike is so happy.
Mike just Johnson happened a minute ago.
Cool.
I got to break Viking news for you Vikings fans that watch this show. And yes, I go live into Vikings Rob's Twitter. So comment how you feel about Kwesi being gone.
Yeah.
Yep. The fix of the O-line has to happen. Another one that I want to talk about is the guy from Arizona. Their GM, Kwesi Adolfo Mensa.
Mm-hmm.
No more Somalian GM.
Yeah.
So
maybe,
Mike Johnson, hey, you know what that means? There might not be any more male cheerleaders.
I don't know how that's going to work for him, but
I heard that they were looking at the first trans first lady, Michelle Obama, to be one.
Damn.
Oh, sorry, I had to do it. So we are going to be watching the honors tomorrow night. We know that the Buckus Award was already awarded to Jack Campbell.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and the other one that cracked me up on that American Bowl roster was that Azillion Hamilton. And then, of course, Jack Dingle of Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe they had those names back to back like that on there. Jack Dingle and Mason Woods. I was like, man, it sounds like they got Chippendale strippers in the lineup.
So when is Noah coming out from Eastern Michigan? Is he a senior yet?
No, he just he's entering his sophomore year. Next year will be his junior year. Tua goes to Arizona to replace Call of Duty addict Kyler Murray. Yeah, Pavia, he said that he's the best player in the draft. Reality, he's about a 6th or 7th round pick QB. My favorite player you told out was Drysock. Oh, Ephesians Drysock with a P, not Drysock. Drysock is after you get done relieving yourself. Come on,
almost an SNL thing with the Chippendales. It reminds me of when Patrick Swayze and
Chris Farley
were dancing. That was so hilarious, dude.
Amen. Because he's like one more concussion away from sucking pudding and applesauce through a straw. I can't believe it. Kwesi fired. Chris Farley legend, yes. Fat guy in a little coat. By the way, why am I wearing this? This season reminded me of a lot of the seasons we had with Barry Sanders back in the 90s. A 9-win season used to get you in the playoffs. It doesn't anymore with the 17-game schedule. We had talked about it, that it might get you in if you win your division, but how bad does your division have to be a 9-win team and make the playoffs? The only reason why Packers got in is they had the tie with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, who was that pitcher for Detroit that did that? The one we got from Canada. Oh, God.
What was that?
Anybody that can live in a van by the side of the river, that is a dude.
That dude.
We had a pitcher that did that. Remember, he came over from Toronto and he couldn't get into an apartment because of the wait list, and he actually lived in his van down at Downriver in Detroit.
I think if you asked, I mean, JB has a couple of people in there that I agree with that we should draft. So
Isaiah World, Jennings Dunker, Aiden Proctor, Caleb Lomu. Those are my 4 main targets. But if you are talking about a swing tackle, I think he's on the roster as a developmental player, and he may get a chance to get some snaps in those games if they work on him some more this season. If Hank Fraley can get him to stay lower and not be so upright, Manu can do it.
Who's the offensive lineman that's on the Cardinals that's like that too?
Oh, Jonah Williams.
Yeah, Jonah Williams. Yeah, he can come over here and be that guy.
If we're going to sign a vet, he's not going to be a top of the budget guy.
No,
he's a guy you could probably get for like
cheap.
8 to 12 million, which is cheap for an offensive lineman right now.
Yeah.
So pick up Jonah Williams, have him help Manu develop another year, because this is only year 3 for Manu. Everybody acts like it's year 4. It's year 3. He was a 4th round player for a reason that we traded up for. A 5th round. Yeah. He was a 5th rounder. The 4th rounder was Baki, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the 4th round was Baki.
Yep. But we did draft him, and they said, well, if we didn't get him for safety, we got him for running back and special teams because he's that good at it. And I get it. But at the same time, as many injuries as we had, why didn't we try him out at safety since he played it for 3 years in college?
Maybe he wasn't as good as safety as people thought.
He wasn't. He wasn't as good at safety. His highest PFF grades in college came from running back and special teams. That's why we drafted him. The versatility.
Yeah, Manu. When I keep hearing that Manu is a project, that concerns me in year 3, regardless. Can't be still a project in year 3. You know what I'm saying?
When Brad Holmes said what he said at the presser, when he talked about the possibility of Decker retiring, and we have to prepare for it, he goes, I can't expect a project player drafted in the 5th round to be his replacement. That told you everything you needed to know. He's not ready. That's all it meant. Sam Laporta is supposed to be ready by training camp. It was just a herniated disc. It was not the degenerative disc disease, the fake news that was put out. All it had to be was fused. And and there's a lot of guys that had a herniated disc fused and came back and had productive careers in the NFL. It was nowhere near as bad as they made it out to be.
Yeah, this is true.
So hallelujah, it was just a herniated disc, and he'll be back by training camp.
I also hope that Kirby is back by the beginning of the season too. I heard that might be a possibility too. He's getting that knee surgery done.
Yep, Zylstra's getting the knee surgery done. Brock Wright has that trachea injury that he couldn't have surgery on. We don't know how that's going. We have heard nothing about him, so I don't expect him back. So that's why I said we may be drafting one late since we have the extra picks late. Yeah, he finally.
Oh, we can keep the safeties that we have as backups right now, because we have Jalen. Jalen's a good backup. He played really productive in his last 2 games. In the last 2 games that he played. So I mean, I saw that. I was like, well, hell, we keep him. Maybe keep Maddox. We got about three corners. We
resigned Maddox. No, we resigned Nick Whiteside and Sailors.
Whiteside.
We did not resign Maddox yet. I do want to resign Maddox and Yasin, both, because they both played really well while everybody was out. Yes, 9 p.m. as always. We go live. I do have to be to work at 1:30, so we are about ready to get out of here. BA, thank you so much for being here on Fridays. It has made it a lot more fun than it has been over these past 6 weeks. Smoking Dad. Yeah, welcome in, Dad. Gotta do it. You see,
right.
I gotta hit the button.
Shoot.
So, BA, if he ever does have a Friday off again, he will hop in. I know he will. He'll be like, "Hey, I'm coming in." I'm like, "Okay." Strickland, I don't know about Strickland. If he was done.
No Strickland. I'm not dying, Mike. I'm just not going to be.
Oh, Marcus Davenport needs to be go. He has to go. He's gone. He's just he's just on the book. He's just on the books for his Boyd year, just like DJ Reader.
Davenport's got the Lions, and they just want to keep players that are not being productive, and they're always hurt. Kills me.
Emmanuel
Mosley, big one. Now Marcus it's Davenport. It's like, dude, come on, these guys are worth. Have you haven't heard nothing from Mosley since they got rid of him?
No,
nothing.
No, I think he retired.
Yeah, he should be. He should retire. He should have retired after the second year. So, yeah, we got that, Big Dan.
Yep, we announced that, Big Dan. I did announce it live as soon as it happened at 1:45. But I have to go to work. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. Make sure you follow BA at One Ass Cheek and Three Toes and the McGrath Sports Network, right?
McGrath Podcast Network, although I will probably change it to that soon enough. But, yeah.
And, of course, we are going to have polos that I get to preview on here that will be available for sale. It's going to be about a 2-week turnaround to get them out to the people they need to be shipped to. Devin Hurt got healthy and turned back into Davenport. Yes, he did.
He does that all. That's what he did last year. He was healthy and then he got hurt and didn't do after that.
No, he missed the entire season.
Yeah. Well, and then he came back here and didn't do nothing.
Then he had a sack and got hurt doing making the sack, and then
exactly.
Then Davenport became Davenport again.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Much love to everybody. And with this being a 30th and the last show before tonight, the podcast horror. Yes, that's him.
I'm the podcast horror.
We have done 6 shows a week. 7 shows a week for 4 straight weeks since I hit the 2000th episode. So this is 2027. Tonight will be 2028. Yes, Keegan. Quezzy is fired. And we are out. Thank you very much. And again, try every day to be a better person you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. Starts right here. Much love, everybody. And we are out.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.